aka King Chi. For those of you who don't know me, I am back with another tool for your toolkits and how to create your lives. So I'm just now signing on to holla at my good people. Welcome back. Welcome back from the dog side of the moon. Here we are. It is Cyber Monday, and I want to check in with all of you and just talk about some of the transitions that have been happening over this past weekend and the energy that is coming forward. Love in the midst of chaos. Chaos always brings creativity. What up, 22? Welcome, welcome. Shouts out to the PGC. Oh, and shouts out to your delicate through the society. What's up with y'all? What up, Arika? How are y'all? How are you? Up, Aya Fire? And Andy, what's going? I am really glad to check in and see you all. I really haven't seen y'all in a minute, and I don't even know if you guys miss me when I'm gone. But believe me, like I'm so immersed in like my offline life. And it's like no kind of like shade to my online family because some of you, thankfully, also are part of my very physical life in real life. But I have to sometimes unplug to get some real work done. What up, Avi? I love y'all to life. Y'all already know that. Y'all already know. Y'all know it's true. Peace, peace, peace. Hi, Cheryl. What's going on, beautiful? So I was like, all right, let me look into the energy of the House of Chi family and like catch y'all up on a few things. I have a few announcements and dates, so I want y'all to save them and make sure that you holla at me if you're interested. I'm getting fixed on my little chair here. As y'all see my war gear, okay? These colors are important to me because today my Fede Funo Goon, the Goon Goon, today's his day. So shouts out to him working in that energy out there getting my battle my battle scars. Y'all know I like to take care of my body in more dynamic ways other than going to the gym and pumping iron. I like to get physical. So as y'all jump on, I'm letting y'all get the crowd in here. Get the crowd in here. Let's talk. Let's catch up. I'm wait for y'all. I'm wait for y'all. Yes, how let's give Ogun some energy. Hashtag Ogun. Hashtag Ogun. The Goon Goon. He comes through to cut away all of the scragglies so that you can see the path and go straight. Funny enough, this was not planned or rehearsed, but y'all are going to be preparing to work heavily with Lord Ganesha. I was going to start giving y'all like, okay, you should have these materials and all of this, to work with Lord Ganesha. He's this powerful opener, road opener, and he gets rid of obstacles and blockages in your lives. I'm actually not gonna go into that for today. I feel like I'm gonna just go with my spirit and my instincts, right? What up, J Gates? What up? What up? Capital's in the building. Hey. All right, so and the rest of y'all hashtag Ogun. Y'all can put some swords. Put your swords up. Put your swords up. So let me see off the cuff before I even get into. I made some notes. I was like, all right, let me sit. Let me see. Let me talk about some things with y'all. But a little bit about my bro, because Ogun is really close to me as well. Not only is Ogun about that, like cutting through all of like that excess fat, you know what I'm saying? He wants the meat. He wants the blood and the meat. But not only does he want the blood and the meat, he is also about making sure that what's true. He gets to what's true He gets to, he's very like raw. Like if I want something, I'm gonna work for it and I'm down to work for it. You understand? His machete is not just a matter of chopping people, you know what I'm saying, all the violence and all of that. His machete is also so he can work. All right. He's also associated with surgery, with the skill of how to cut away what doesn't need to be there. You have cancer, you got to go in for some type of surgery. You want to make sure you're good with Ogun. Ogun, please. You know what I'm saying? Be on top of that doctor's hands. Ogun is also part of that intricate technology, the technology that brings us the vehicles to do work, the gears that are working together in order to get the job done. Let me see. Thank you. This is bringing me into my notes. This part is just flow. All right. But you should be writing this down because this information is important. Y'all gonna be here. Make sure you take notes because when you receive the information as it's flowing in, you'll have an opportunity to sit back and look at it and be able to process why you're here, how this information is relevant to you in the moment, and it's coming in a different way. It's not as mental, it's not just emotional, it's actually a combination of the two, which will bring me to the energy that has led to this point. So here Monday, and collectively, the energy over the weekend has been focusing more on, again, how do we harmonize our communication within our relationships and our partnerships? How do we find a way to level up in our ability to combine the two of our mental capacity and our emotional capacity, our ability to process emotions, our own emotions, our ability to acknowledge and process what someone else is emoting, and put them together in such a way that communication no longer needs to exist from this place of just blaming or complaining. Blaming and complaining, right? When you level up the communication, now you're looking for resolutions. You seek to see the individual, okay? You seek to see them. Like your goal really, when you level up with communication, hey, what's up, Ashley? You seek, like your goal, right? When you're sitting on your throne of knowledge of self, your goal is to see the other person, because by seeing them, it does not diminish the value that you have for yourself. It does not take away the values that you are resting on, okay? It does not change your code. Just because you take the time, right, and create an environment to see and to hear and to understand where someone is coming from, to be able to see another person's perspective, does not mean that you now have adopted their perspective, but you have done something more powerful in being able to acknowledge what is in the room, what is in the space, so that you can address it more appropriately and more detached from protecting your ego. All right? And why this is important, like this weekend wasn't a long span of time, but it was like this crucial energy of like, this energy between me and my partner, whether it's business or it's like it's intimate. It's not necessarily romantic, but definitely still romantic for those as well, right? Is that it's like, yo, this is kind of urgent. Like I'm at this place in my life where now that I recognize who I am, what is really important to me, my partnerships in every form, right? And every level, at every level, it's important for me to understand, how is this partnership functional? How is it functional? Not focusing on the dysfunction. Because if there's dysfunction, like we're clear, like, oh, if something's dysfunctional, like I just want to can it. But there's a reason why some of these relationships and these partnerships exist, and there's a frustration with the lack of movement forward, right? And the frustration usually comes from this lack of understanding, this lack of ability to fully see what is happening, what is going on. And the stagnant energy feels like blindness, because if I'm empowered and I want something to move forward, but it's not moving in the way that I want it to move, then I feel that I'm lacking some information because I need to have an answer. And the answer to that, my love beings, the answer to that is to seek to understand the function of each of your relationships and what is the urgent purpose behind each of those functions. So you can have the realization that sometimes you may be so stuck on something that is immaterial, right? Like, well, I just want to feel love, okay? And then you may be having a conversation with someone who's like, I hear you, but I just want to make some type of increase in our bank accounts, right? And the two can be speaking similarly to one another. However, one is focused on a physical manifestation of what this partnership is supposed to be, the function of it. And the other person is seeing something they want to feel or experience in a feeling. And all the two need to do is to understand that and see how they can bridge that gap. And I know some people are more familiar with love languages and all of that. But it's even beyond that, because it could be anything. Like, love is a really, really huge subject. One of the quotes that came to me, right? I said to myself, I was driving. Y'all know I drive a lot, right? Shouts out to everybody jumping in the room. Pranam, namaste. What up, what up? One of the things that came to me was, I tell my children I love them often and express my love to them so that any and everything else that they gain materialistically will have some real value, okay? Because they still need to have those things. But without having the essence of love behind it, those things become null and void. They time out, they expire. Love does not expire, right? From where I'm sitting, love does not expire. So if someone gives me a gift today and then I never get a gift ever again from them, that gift can, I might re-gift it, I might sell it, throw it in the garbage, whatever, right? It expires at some point. But someone can love me today, they can die tomorrow, and that love is ever living. And it continues, it has an energy to continue to build on other things. And so sometimes we have to have the conversation where we understand the two, so that we're not so stuck in the memories of love or the feeling and the ecstasy of love, right? But that we also can appreciate what's wanting to be built. Okay? So yeah, that's the first thing. The urgency behind figuring out what's the functionality of my partnerships, of my friendships, of my love relationships. What's the function? And then understanding that once we are both clear and we understand, how can we get to a place of communicating on a higher level? And shouts out to everyone who has taken those lessons on communication at a higher level, applied them to their very urgent relationships and partnerships, and are coming out on the top. Shouts out to y'all. I have witnessed families coming back together. I have witnessed relationships being able to take on another round of healing. I have witnessed people saving their lives of their family members through like removing anxiety and depression and creating more support, love and support amongst one another. I have seen, listen, just this week, okay, so this weekend I participated in making some new heads, okay? Okay, almost almost 10 of them, 8 of them. And the level of communication in a team to make that happen, right? What's the function? These people need to be initiated. What has to happen? We have to sing together. We have to wash together. We have to take turns. We have to be able to take directions from one another, even if you're a superior in your position and I'm a subordinate. We have to be able to communicate at a harmonious level so that the energy continues to move and rise higher. So that although we are all these different pieces, we are still working as a one. All right? And what happens is, you know how you, like the really, really fast cars, like they have the best oil, the best synthetic oil. It's like, it's because the gears have to move, right? So quickly for things to happen. And right now we in that energy of things just like, finally we got that communication piece together so we can move. The thing is, right? Just like the fast cars, these vehicles of quick movement are not meant for long movements, but they are meant for you to get in there and get it done. Manifest, see what's going on, and jump on the horse. All right? Now that we have the mental and the emotional energy moving with one another, everyone in the group has to make the choice to go with the flow. You have to make an active choice to say to hell with anxiety, to hell with trying to figure it out and doubting. I'm going to, now that we made a decision that we're going to communicate on one, go. Anyone who's not going with the flow after they've had a moment of communication at a higher level is going to slow down the ship. Okay? This is about understanding the ebbs and flows of energy. Once, like me and Marcus Garvey, we on this time, right? Once we decide that we a team, and these are the rules, this is the protocols, and this is how we move and this is how we communicate, there's no room for doubt. There's no room for the anxiety. Or else when we get into this space where we gotta move as one, and you start lagging behind, or you start lagging to the side, and we all trying to go forward, all right? You gotta get off the ship, because you gonna mess up the next piece that we get to, where things will slow down again. And when things slow down and things are not as exciting and people want to go do their own thing, that's when you want to tap into patience. And we're moving into that space. But while there's going to be patience, there's also going to be the fruits of that quick forward movement. It's like, listen, all right, we got a mission. We got to go get that. All right, so we go get that because now we got to sit back. We got to eat. We got to eat. We have to nurture what we've built. We got to share with one another. We need to keep our eyes open to take care of one another and put the anxiety to the side, knowing that we're not an enemy of it. It exists. We have to realize those things exist. Every time we go through these changes, there's going to be some anxiety. Like, we don't just, yes, transformation, knock everything away. No, we have our anxieties like, I got to let it go. I got to change. That's just the way it is. It doesn't matter. Some people will be like, oh, I love change and it's fine, or whatever the case may be. But probably, I'm going to guess, and if you've encountered these individuals who change so frequently to the point that they cannot generate long-term relationships and partnerships with anybody because they're so constantly changing, you know, we give them a term called flaky and fickle. So it's not that, all right? It's not that. You don't want to throw it out. We're looking to harmonize what's just the existence of being human, all right? So this makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Look like y'all resonating with this information. That this is just, I'm like meditate and see where we at, all right? Because as a collective, I want to make sure that we are constantly in a state of creating, building love in a sacred space. And this love in this sacred space is going to be a real space. Doesn't mean it's always going to be, you know, flowery and all of that. But we still can nurture one another from this place of understanding there's phases. Understanding that there's going to be certain needs that at this moment in time we cannot cater to your anxieties. We actually need to move forward. Okay? And that goes for me. It goes for you. It goes for us as a collective, as a people, and for those of you who may not be part of the private communities where we get more involved in each other's lives, it's still relevant. All right. Moving forward, we're going to see that we have a very, very fertile time for nurturing one another's gifts, for nurturing our teamwork and our efforts, so that we can focus on what is next. Okay? We can focus on what is next. What's the next thing? And you want to check in with your relationships if you're a few days behind that energy. Check in, because towards the end of September, there will be that slowdown. But the slowdown does not mean it has to stop. All right? Just know that a highlight of the partnerships is, what are you giving? What are you getting? And vice versa. What is the other person or the other entity giving, and what are they expecting in return? And so, with that said, y'all good with that so far? Y'all feeling that? All right. So, I got a couple of new things coming in. October 2nd, I am hosting at the House of Chi. All right, and it's open to the family. House of Chi and Dark Lordism. If you're an outsider and you're interested, you need to contact me, because this is a private event. But if you're interested, on October 2nd, we will be hosting our first tantric couples healing workshop. Okay? It's going to be a 2-day event. I only can accommodate 5 couples in person. I do not, after they're registered, there may or may not be a virtual component. But if you are interested, text me at 202-810-1876 with your email address and your name. And if you are part of HOC, or you're part of RBL, aka Dark Lordism, let me know. Okay, that's important. That is important. That gives you a pass. That gives you a pass to even be considered first. You get priority. All right. What else? There are gonna be some more pop-up quizzes in HOC. to test how many of the skills you are readily using. So the quizzes may be on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed because you can participate if you happen to know an answer to it. But they're going to be on YouTube, on the community channel, and they'll be in the HOC group on Facebook. Um, and on Mondays, I am going to continue to have a sale for something either from the fairy fairy gang line or the sacred baths. All right, but I have two new things present. Yes, your mother, shouts out to Baba, because you know we both really love coffee. I have my Zen coffee now. I got my Zen Chi blend. So it's going to be in a few of your goodie bags. But I have a Zen pack that I will put up soon. A Zen pack is going to have your coffee. If you want your coffee now, because you want to try it out, y'all can text me. You'll have my number, 202-810-1876. And my CBD bath bomb. So these are going to be part of the Zen pack. Okay? Where you have your coffee that will be infused with the meditations with my sweet voice for peace and calm. I know it's coffee, but y'all know. Y'all sip y'all coffee and listen to me. Y'all be like, go on. That's what it is. Okay? And your CBD bath bombs. Like I said, I have prenatal clients that use these and they are doing very well with this to help them sleep and to relax the body without causing any harm, because y'all know y'all mamas are delicate when y'all are pregnant. So I need to take care of y'all. Okay, and so on the site until midnight, those things that are on sale and special sale, that's it. After tonight, they're not gonna be available. All right. And that's it. I want y'all to review this. This past weekend was an area where you needed to make a peace offering. How could you level up your communication if you haven't already? What's the forward movement? And prepare yourselves to be patient after you have gone forward without any questions to get things done. Because it's important and I want y'all to get the best out of your lives here as you create a wonderful environment. So hit me up. October 2nd, okay, is going to be our first Tantric Couples Healing workshop where you'll be learning level one techniques on how to connect at a tantric level with your mate. So it is not for single people to come and try to find a partner. You need to come with your partner. All right, because these are sacred techniques that will not be shared in a public domain, as I want it to be very intimate and give you the opportunity to really tune in to your mate on levels that you may not have before. I am very, very, like, I'm gonna say I'm a 99.9% sure. Not actually, to be really honest with you, I think I'm 100% sure that there are going to be things that are shared with you that you have not experienced before. Okay? Yeah. Table work, floor work, all of that. So I'm excited about it. I'm giving y'all the date. I only have 5 slots open. Okay? Only 5. Trying to keep the COVID and the Delta variant out of the house. Well, also, like I said, like I wanted to stay very intimate. Okay? So that's it. Make sure y'all hit me up. Send me your name and your email address if you're interested in the Tantric Couples Healing Workshop. Okay? And I will talk with y'all soon. Peace, love, and bliss.